Good morning, students. Welcome to Physics Online class. In the previous class, we have discussed about the concept of measurement. What do you mean by measurement? Comparison of any physical quantity with its standard unit is known as measurement. Then we have discussed about physical quantity and its types. There are two physical quantities, fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Give the examples of fundamental quantities: length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. Give some examples for derived quantities: area, volume, velocity, acceleration. Then we have discussed about units and its types. Define unit: an arbitrarily chosen standard of measurement of a quantity which is accepted internationally is called unit of quantity. Then fundamental units and derived units. Then we have discussed different types of measurement system: FPS, CGS and MKS system. At last the common system SI unit system also we discussed. What are the advantages of SI unit system? It is a rational system of units. It is a coherent system of units. It is a metric system of units. Then we discussed about the basic quantities and their units, derived quantities and their units. Today we are going to learn measurement of basic quantities. In today's topic, measurement of length, measurement of mass and measurement of time we are going to discuss. First, measurement of length. What is meant by length? Length is defined as the distance between any two points. Length is defined as the distance between any two points. What is the SI unit of length? SI unit of length is meter. The objects of our interest vary widely in sizes. Different objects, different sizes. In this world, we are dealing with the smaller objects as well as large objects. Large objects like galaxy, stars, sun, earth, moon, etc. and their distances constitute a macrocosm. Macrocosm refers large world in which both objects and distances are large. These larger objects like galaxy, stars, sun, earth, moon, etc. and their distances constitute a macrocosm. Then smaller objects. Objects like molecules, atoms, proton, neutron, electron and their distances constitute microcosm. Microcosm refers small world in which both objects and distances are small sized. So, we have to deal with the smaller objects as well as the larger objects. Measurement of small distance. Distances ranging from 10 power minus 5 meter to 10 power 2 meter can be measured by direct methods. Distances ranging from 10 power minus 5 meter to 10 power 2 meter can be measured by direct method. Example, a meter scale. Meter scale can be used to measure the distances from 10 power minus 3 meter to 1 meter. It is 1 millimeter to 1 meter. Directly we can measure the distances. Measurement of small distances using screw gauge and vernier caliper. Screw gauge and vernier caliper you have learned in the 10th standard. This is screw gauge, this is vernier caliper. With the help of the screw gauge you may have calculated the thickness of the coin. Calculating the zero error, zero correction and you have calculated thickness of the coin. Screw gauge device is used to measure accurately the dimensions of objects up to a maximum of about 50 millimeter. Screw gauge can be used to measure accurately the dimensions of objects up to a maximum of about 50 millimeter. It means screw gauge can able to measure the distance up to 10 power minus 5 meter. 10 power minus 5 meter. The least count of the screw gauge is 0.01 millimeter. What do you mean by least count? The smallest measurement value. The smallest measurement value is known as least count. Least count of the screw gauge is 0.01 millimeter. That is nothing but 10 power minus 5 meter. So using screw gauge, we can calculate the distance up to 10 power minus 5 meter. The principle of screw gauge is magnification of linear motion using the circular motion of a screw. Vernier caliper. Measurement of small distance using vernier caliper. This is vernier caliper. Vernier caliper is an instrument used for measuring the dimensions of an object, namely diameter of a hole or depth of a hole. Vernier caliper is an instrument used for measuring the dimensions of an object, namely diameter of a hole or a depth of a hole. So using this vernier caliper, we can able to measure the distance up to 10 power minus 4 meter. Using meter scale, 10 power minus 3 meter. Using vernier caliper, 10 power minus 4 meter. Using screw gauge, 10 power minus 5 meter. The least count of the vernier caliper is 0.1 millimeter. So least count is 0.1 millimeter. That is nothing but 10 power minus 4 meter. Millimeter means 10 power minus 3 meter. 0.1 into 10 power minus 3 is known as 10 power minus 4 meter. So smaller distance can be measured with the help of screw gauge vernier caliper. Now measurement of large distances. 3 methods are given in your book for measuring the large distances. One is triangulation method, second one is parallax method, third one is radar method. What are they? Triangulation method, parallax method, radar method. First, triangulation method. These 3 methods are very important. Triangulation method for the height of an accessible object. In this method, we can able to measure the height of a tree from the ground or height of a tower from the ground, etc. Triangulation method. Let us consider AB, that is height of the tree. AB equal to H be the height of the tree. C be the point of observation where we are measuring at a distance x from B. Angle ACB equal to theta, that is known as angle of elevation. Look at this picture. AB, this is the height of the tree. So AB equal to H be the height of the tree. Now C be the point of observation. C be the point of observation, that is from the ground. The C is at a distance x from B. C is at a distance x from B. Now from the ground, the top of the tree is elevated at an angle of theta. So angle ACB equal to theta, called the angle of elevation. So AB equal to H, BC or CB equal to X, then angle ACB equal to theta. Our aim is to calculate the height of this tree, H. In this picture, we can use the mathematical concept. This right angle triangle, that is triangle ABC. From the right angle triangle ABC, we can write tan theta, trigonometric identity. Tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. Tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. So how can we write tan theta is equal to opposite side is AB, adjacent side is BC. So tan theta is equal to AB by BC. What is AB? AB is equal to H. H be the height of the tower. Sorry, height of the tree. BC. BC equal to X. So tan theta is equal to H by X. From this, tan theta is equal to H by X. From this, H is equal to X into tan theta. So this is the formula for measuring the height of the tree using triangulation method. What is that? H is equal to X tan theta. Knowing the value of distance X and the value of theta, height H can be determined. I hope you understood this triangulation method. Now, let us discuss one problem related to this method. Listen the example 1. From a point on the ground, the top of a tree is seen to have an angle of elevation 60 degree. The distance between the tree and a point is 50 meter. Calculate the height of the tree. What is the question? From a point on the ground, the top of a tree is seen to have an angle of elevation 60 degree. The distance between the tree and a point is 50 meter. Calculate the height of the tree. First, draw an imaginary diagram related to the problem. So this is a tree. This is the point of observation. So CB or BC be the height of the tree. Angle CAB, that is 60 degrees, is known as the angle of elevation. Distance between the tree and this point is 50 meter. So our aim to calculate the height BC. Solution: theta equal to 60 degree, x equal to 50 meter, h to be determined. So what is the formula? Tan theta is equal to h by x. From this, h is equal to x tan theta. Substitute the values. X 50, tan theta is 60 degree. So 50 into tan 60 degree, that is equal to 50 into tan 60 degree value is root 3, 1.732. So 50 into 1.732, h is equal to 86.6 meter. This is a very important problem. I hope you understood the triangulation method. Second method for measuring large distance is parallax method. What is parallax method? So parallax method is used to measure the very large distances, such as distance of a planet or a star. Very large distances such as the distance of a planet or a star from the earth can be measured by parallax method. What is meant by parallax? The parallax name is given to an apparent change in position, not actual change, apparent change in position of an object with respect to the background when the object is seen from two different positions. Apparent change, the change appears to be apparent change in position of an object with respect to the background when the object is seen from two different positions. Example, the observer is holding a pen before him against the background of a wall. When the pen is looked at first by our left eye, closing the right eye, and then by our right eye, by closing the left eye, the position of the pen changes with respect to the background of the wall. Isn't it? The shift in position of an object when viewed with the two eyes, keeping one eye closed at a time, is known as parallax. That is, the parallax is measured in terms of a shift in position. Shift in position of an object when viewed with the two eyes, keeping one eye closed at a time, is known as parallax. The distance between the 2 points of observation. Here I said the distance between left eye and right eye. So distance between the 2 points of observation is called the basis. How can we calculate the distance using parallax method? Look at this figure. LR. Consider this is left eye, this is right eye. And this is the object. Okay. So very large distance object. Here LOR is known as parallax angle, or we can call it as parallactic angle. LOR. LR is the arc length. That is nothing but basis B. Basis B. LR is arc length. And the radius, that is LO, are equal to RO. So LO is equal to RO is equal to X. So LOR is parallax angle, LR is arc length B, LO equal to X radius. From this we have to calculate the value of X. By using mathematical expression, theta can be written as B by X. Very smaller angle of theta means we can write as sin theta, opposite side by hypotenuse. So sin theta can be equated to theta. Nothing but the smaller value of theta can be written as, from this diagram, B by X. So theta is equal to B by X, where B is basis, X is the unknown distance. So from this, what is the value of X? X is equal to B by theta. X is equal to B by theta. So this is the formula for measuring the distance using parallax method. For triangulation method, H is equal to X tan theta. For parallax method, X equal to B by theta. Let us see one of the problem. Determination of distance of moon from earth. Determination of distance of moon from the earth. Consider this figure. This is earth. Consider this is earth. C be the center of the earth. AB are the two diametrically opposite places on the surface of the earth. AB are the surface of points on the surface of earth. M is the moon. Okay, M is the moon. So C be the center of the earth, A and B are the surface of the earth. The moon M is subtended by an angle from the earth. This angle, how to calculate? By using astronomical telescope, two reference stars we are considering. These stars are subtended from the earth as theta 1 and theta 2. So the moon subtended on the earth angle theta is theta 1 plus theta 2. Theta 1 and theta 2 are parallaxes. Total parallax of the moon subtended on the earth angle AMP is equal to theta 1 plus theta 2 equal to theta. So C be the center of the earth, AB are the points on the surface of the earth. M is the moon and theta is the parallactic angle. Theta 1, theta 2 are the parallaxes. So theta can be written as theta 1 plus theta 2 with the reference of star S1 and S2. This theta 1 and theta 2 can be measured with the help of astronomical telescope. Our aim is to calculate the distance of moon from the earth. Nothing but MC. MC only we should calculate. Total parallax of the moon subtended on the earth, angle AMB is equal to theta 1 plus theta 2 equal to theta. From the figure, theta can be written as theta equal to AB by AM. Theta is equal to AB by AM. Here, theta is equal to AB by AM. AM. But AM is approximately equal to MC. Our aim is to calculate MC. So, MC and AB are approximately equal since theta is very small. So, we can replace the AM by MC. So, theta equal to AB by AM. AM is approximately equal to MC. So, theta equal to AB by MC. From this, MC equal to AB by theta. Knowing the value of theta and AB, the distance of the moon from the earth, the MC, can be measured. So, this is the parallax method. Two methods we have discussed, triangulation method and parallax method. Now, the third method is radar method. Radar expansion is radio detection and ranging. Radio detection and ranging. Radar is used to measure accurately the distance of nearby planets such as Mars. Radar is used to measure accurately the distance of nearby planets such as Mars. How the radar signal is used? Actually, consider this is the transmitting station from the earth and this is the Mars, planet Mars. Here I have drawn an aeroplane like a target. Okay. So from this the radio waves can be sent onto the target. Afterwards it is reflected from the target and it is received by the same transmitter as receiver. So, transmitting station, radio waves are sent, it is reflected by the target and it is received. By knowing the time interval, we can calculate the distance. So, radio waves sent from the transmitter, which after reflection from the planet, are detected by the receiver. By measuring the time interval between the instants, the radio waves are sent and received. The distance of the planet can be determined. Sending the radio waves and receiving the echo waves, then ranging the target, that is radar. How the distance can be calculated using radar method? Let us see the formula first. Speed. Speed is equal to distance travelled by time taken. So, distance is equal to speed into time taken. Speed of radio waves into time taken. So, the formula can be written as D is equal to Vt by 2, where V is the speed of the radio waves or velocity of the radio waves. T is the time taken. Why it is divided by 2? As the time taken is for distance covered during the forward and backward. During the forward and backward path for radio waves. So, it is divided by 2. So, the formula is D is equal to Vt by 2. Okay. So, this is the distance. Let us see the example related to the radar method. Example 1.3. A radar signal is beamed towards a planet and its echo is received 7 minutes later. If the distance between the planet and the Earth is 6.3 in 10 power 10 meter, calculate the speed of the signal. Once again I am reading. A radar signal is beamed towards a planet and its echo is received 7 minutes later. If the distance between the planet and the Earth is 6.3 in 10 power 10 meter, calculate the speed of the signal. Here they are asked to calculate the speed of the signal. Distance is given. Distance is given, speed we have to calculate. So we should change the formula. Solution. The distance d is equal to 6.3 into 10 power 10 meter. Time t is 7 minutes. So 7 minutes we should convert into SI unit as seconds. 1 minute is 60 seconds. So 7 minutes is 7 into 60 seconds. Then speed we have to calculate. So we know the formula d is equal to Vt by 2. From this we can return as V is equal to, velocity can be written as V is equal to 2d divided by t. V is equal to 2d by t. Substitute the values. V is equal to 2 into d value is 6.3 in 10 power 10 divided by time is 7 into 60. After calculating this value, we will get 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. This is the velocity of light. Since it is a radio wave is an electromagnetic wave. So electromagnetic waves are travels with the speed of light. So 3 in 10 power 8 meter per second. I hope you understand the three methods for measuring large distances. What are they? Triangulation method, parallax method and radar method. Students, you are asked to practice the problems in your notebook. These three problems are very important. Measurement of mass. So measurement of length we have discussed. Now measurement of mass. What do you mean by mass? It's a property of matter. That is quantity of matter contained in a body. Mass of a body is defined as quantity of matter contained in a body. One of the fundamental quantity. What is the unit of mass? Kilogram. So like distance, this mass range also varies. Mass range also varies. This range of masses vary from tiny mass of electron of the order of 9.11 in 10 power minus 31 kilogram to huge mass of universe 10 power 55 kilogram. Range of masses vary from tiny mass of electron 9.11 10 power minus 31 kilogram to huge mass of universe 10 power 55 kilogram. How can we measure the mass? Ordinarily we can measure the mass by using balance, isn't it? Common balance is used to measure ordinary mass of object. Okay. For larger masses like that of planets, stars and all, we should use gravitational method. How can we measure the large masses? For larger masses like that of planets and stars, we should use gravitational methods. We can use of gravitational method. For the measurement of smaller masses, small masses of atomic or subatomic particles, we make use of mass spectrograph. Larger masses, gravitational method. Smaller masses, small masses, mass spectrograph. Some of the weighing balances commonly used are common balance, spring balance, electronic balance, etc. So this is about measurement of mass. Next, measurement of time intervals. So usually clock is used to measure time interval. clock. Ordinary clock is used to measure time interval. Some of clocks developed later are electric oscillators, electronic oscillators, solar clock, quartz crystal clock, atomic clock, radioactive dating, etc. So these all are the device used to measure the time interval in different orders. An atomic standard of time is based on the periodic vibration produced in a cesium atom. An atomic standard of time is based on the periodic vibration produced in a cesium atom. That means the unit of time is second. The standard 1 second is actually measured from the vibrations produced from the cesium atom. Vibrations produced from the cesium atom. So we have discussed measurement of basic quantities, measurement of length for smaller distance and larger distance, measurement of mass and measurement of time intervals. In your book, range and orders of length is given. Range and orders of length is given. For example, size of our galaxy 10 power 21 size. Radius of the earth 10 power 7 meter. Length of typical virus 10 power minus 8 meter. And also range of masses also given in your book. For electron it is 10 power minus 30 kilogram range. A cell it is 10 power minus 10 range. Human weight is 10 power 2 kg, nearly 100 kilogram. For earth the weight is, the mass is 10 power 25 kilogram. Order of time intervals for different event also given in your book. Lifespan of the most unstable particle 10 power minus 24 second range. Period of X-rays 10 power minus 19 second range. Wink of an eye 10 power minus 1 second. Half-life time of a free neutron 10 power 3 seconds, etc. So many events are given. I hope you understand the today's topic, measurement of basic quantities. Students, you have to learn the following question answers. First one, explain the use of screw gauge and vernier caliper in measuring small distances. Second question, write a note on triangulation method and radar method to measure larger distances. Third question, how will you determine the distance of moon from earth using